Jackson for the inaugural address. What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere.
Donald Trump won 2024 US presidential election and the whole liberal world meltdown.
Relate to you. I don't relate. Especially today, I just need to do a nice little
like the whole liberal, the mainstream media, you know, all these legacy media all over the world, even in UK here, they all went into meltdown. It's like the end of the world. That was how it's going to seem to someone that has not been monitoring whatever it is that is going on about this, their election, or somebody that is just clueless and just sit down and take whatever they feed them. The meltdown is crazy. I'm going to show you some. It's just so unreal to me. It seems like these people were just, you know, using this meltdown to create content. But at the same time, I see so many vile, so many unbelievable things coming from these left people that are tolerant. They call themselves the tolerant bunch. Mind you, I am vast in US politics, and we're going to talk about the entire thing. Let's go.
Debbie rocking her star. She knows all the great fashion trending in town. When it comes to talent, that's not all. She's very wise and intelligent, knows what she wants, so subscribe.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome. My name is Debbie. If you have been watching but you're still contemplating, should you subscribe or not? What are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. To all of my old-time subscribers, to all the new ones, you guys are welcome. I really appreciate your support. God bless you, and God will support you in everything you lay your hands on. This video today, I know it might not be a suitable video for a lot of people, but I just think like I'm just going to be doing a disservice to some people that has felt like me. You know, you've seen things, you just have to keep quiet. And I'm going to, you know, just tell you few things and why I have this kind of opinion about the US election. In our election, general election this year in UK, July, I've always been an independent. I don't have any affiliation to any party in UK here. But if I will look at it, I will say I'm not a liberal person. And maybe let me say I'm an open-minded conservative. Let me say, like, where I come from, a lot of African lived in Africa come here, doesn't know where their affiliation is, simply because they don't know the policies of each of these parties. They just follow whatever has been told to them. But I will advise people, especially parents, if you're going to be registering yourself to a party, a political party, it's best for you to try and go on their website, read their policy, read what they stand for. Is that what you stand for? Does it relate to your value, to your culture, to everything that is you? Does it relate to it? That's the only thing I will tell people. And I'm going to go into this. So if you don't like the video, it's all right. You can click off. It's not for everybody. So when Donald Trump won the election, I saw a lot of toxicity going on.
I'm coloring this hair because, right? Coloring my hair, having my hair be long and luxurious, all that being skinny, being hot, and all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a about us. And I'm talking to you too, those of you ladies who have the internalized misogyny required to do what you did. Minorities who are so scared of a woman in power that you'd rather cozy up to the white man just in case some crumbs fall off his plate so that you may eat from them. Yes, scraps. I don't know how to work this thing, but I'm on my way.
What this thing actually just brought to my mind is that we are so divided. We are so divided along political line to the extent that our division goes beyond that. We are divided with sex, you know. Oh, you're a female, you're a male, or male does this. How come the female doesn't do it this way? How come if it was male, they won't see anything? If it was female, they will come. I've seen all of this thing going on the blog, but with this Donald Trump election winning, it just shows how people's mind work. A lot of people are acting like sheep, and I noticed that a lot of people are not following their poll during that election. And before you come from my head, you don't know anything, please. I've heard so much of that, but I can tell you for a fact that I know a lot. I did not just know about the Republican Party, I know a lot about the Democrat Party, because those are the people that I always supported from afar, simply because, you know, maybe because of Obama. I remember that time when Obama won in 2008 and the inauguration. I was like, oh yeah, Obama. I was really, really excited that a black person is going. But then I didn't know anything about politics before I started knowing so much about politics. I think it's few months before COVID, when Donald Trump actually said something about Africa, maybe call it a shithole country or something like that. Then I'm like, who is this man? And everyone was carrying it along. Oh, he called Africa a shithole country, blah, 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 blah. And me and my sister-in-law were talking, and my sister-in-law said, why are you hating this man? He was just saying the truth anyway. You two, you have called your country a shithole before. So why are you now bothered that someone else is calling it? So I realized that a lot of times we were thinking that way, but because somebody that we don't like or we hate so much say it out, we kind of turn our back and be like, yeah, you can't say that, you can't do that. So when he won this election, number one, I believe that the Democrat Party or the pollsters supporting them has lied so much to their supporter, to the extent of saying that the election was closed. I remember there was this guy called Tyrus. This guy worked with Fox News, and this guy had an interview. I actually watched his interview with Donald Trump on Outkick or something. And he said that I've been saying it to people that this election is not closed. I don't know why they are saying it's closed. But for me, I'm not a pollster. I only see what the mainstream media is talking about it. And even the Fox News as well, they are mainstream media. And I think in this thing, the medias, all of the medias, right, left, I think they are both doing it. And what I see is that the media that follows, like the liberal medias, they were like the attackers, and this right news media has always been on the defense. Like they keep defending. This liberal media will attack Donald Trump, and those other ones will be defending him. So I will say, like, it goes both ways, but the most hatred I've seen is coming from the left. Like, they literally hate everything about conservative, everything, they literally hate it. And I think that Trump won this election simply because he was saying what people want to hear. This election, I watch Kamala Harris, you know. I've watched Kamala Harris ever since she became vice president of United States to Joe Biden. And all of her interview, I've watched this woman. Sometimes I'm ashamed on her behalf, if you understand what I'm saying. And why I'm saying that is I genuinely am ashamed on her behalf, because she is going around in circles. Like the time she was talking to kids about space, and the way she was explaining it. Oh, and it was the sky, you know, just like nursery school teacher literally talked doing storytelling to young kids. That was the way she was saying it. And there was another time where this woman was talking about Ukraine and Russia war, and said, oh, do you know there is a country called Ukraine, there is a country called Russia? And I'm like, who doesn't know? Like a whole adult, I understand, like a lot of them, a lot of even university students in America doesn't know half of a century. I've watched a video whereby they ask them what's half of a century. None of them know it.
What is a quarter of a century?
A quarter of a century? What is that, like 250,000 years? I don't know.
A decade.
6.5 hours later.
We can go with her answer.
A decade?
Is it wrong?
So I think Donald Trump is speaking to all these parents that their kids are lacking behind in school. The groceries is expensive. It's expensive all over the world. And I noticed that when Trump is talking about the economy, like the grocery is expensive, the Democrats are countering it by saying that America still have it better. some other countries are more harder, which is true. The price they pay for fuel in America is still a bit cheaper compared to UK. But I think that in UK, yeah, we got used to all of this policy that they make that affect our life negatively. It's more or less like, when it's like, when you have this kind of relationship with your government whereby you can't see anything. I've seen people get arrested in UK here for posting stuff on Facebook. They will go to their house and they will arrest them. So when they use those one as example, how will you even say something out? So I think this thing has been going on in America ever since Joe Biden came in and the border was open. It literally reversed all of Trump policy that Trump believed that is working for American people, even though the liberal part did not believe that it's working for them. And for me to read this book, Naked Communist, I saw all of the 47 things listed on that book, that the Democrats are doing all of this thing. It got to a stage I was scared, like, oh my God, are we living 1984 George Orwell? Like, everything they listed on this thing is coming to pass. All the policies that are changing people's life, like the LGBTQ agenda, whereby the kids are being indoctrinated into this thing and you cannot opt out of it. Even is happening in UK here, when they are doing, they call it rep or rel or whatever they call it, rel or rep, I can't really remember, and they call it relationship, education and reproduction or whatever, and they put the someone can have two mommy, someone can have two daddies, all these things in their education, and you cannot opt out. The only thing you can opt out of is actually when they were talking about how you reproduce and everything, but you cannot opt out of, because they believe that, people need to understand, students need to understand. And for me, I don't really fight things like this. All I do is that, you want to indoctrinate my child, don't worry, I will do that. I will indoctrinate my child with Jesus. I will do what is necessary for my child to kick against whatever they are going to feed them in school, because that is what I see. They are not teaching them how to think. They are actually teaching them what to think. And a lot of this thing has been going on in America for a while. There was this page on Instagram that I came across called Lib of TikTok. And these libs of TikTok literally just take all the videos these people were posting on their TikTok page and put it on, started reposting it. And they were trying to shut down this page, saying that she's putting out misinformation. I'm like, how is it misinformation when something they are posted is being reposted? Like, it's at some point, I said, we're living in a cuckoo world, to be honest. And all of these things were what Trump were campaigning about. And people they get attracted to this thing. So I believe that is what actually won him that election. The economy that is really going bad, the open border policy that is affecting a lot of people. People were losing their jobs. So many of these people with outrage on social media for Trump winning, they don't really understand why he won and why people that voted for him. And I noticed that the pundits, all these people that call themselves journalists, who are just the talking heads, all these people as well, they are not being realistic of why Kamala actually lost this election. It's simply because of policy. Everything Donald Trump is doing, like, there's going to be no tax on tips, she went with that as well. Whatever Trump said, she always went with that. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty of it, to actually spell out her policy, everything she keeps talking about is, they want to take our rights. They want to take woman rights. They want to take woman rights. Then I look into it. What's this woman right they were talking about? It's simply abortion. Like, you can't run a whole election on abortion. Like, a lot of these celebrities were coming out, like Cardi B, J-Lo, Beyonce, saying that because I have girls, I've got 3 girls, and I'm not buying what they are selling. How can I be selling, be saying that they want to take the right of my child simply because she won't be allowed to be a murderer? Like, this thing I don't understand it, because I'm thinking to myself, why are they not preaching about abstinence again to all these people? Why are they not talking about protection? There are so many stages before it gets to pregnancy. So why are they not talking about it? But I believe that they won the midterm election simply because of this abortion situation when Roe v. Wade was cancelled. And it's not that it's cancelled. A lot of these people living in America doesn't even know. What has happened is that they take it away from being federalized. They now return it back to states because that was what it was before the Roe v. Wade happened and they rule on that. So now they said, oh, all states should go back and be, do the abortion law, which the House of Representatives in their state are going to vote about. All you have to do is write to your representative. You want this abortion, you want it, you get what I'm saying? Like some states, they are saying 6 weeks, some say 15 weeks. Even Donald Trump is a Democrat. He's originally a Democrat. He didn't love this man until he ran under Republican and he became number one enemy of the states. He became number one enemy, and everything about this man that I eventually found out in 4.5 years now that I've started, trying to know about who this person is. I don't watch The Apprentice or whatever he was on. Then I realized that a lot of things that I've read, that I've believed, they are lies. They are always taken out of context. And then we call this man a liar while sitting down and lying openly without flinching. I'm scared of people that lied without flinching. Like they will be lying about him on the mainstream news and they won't flinch. Like these people are dining with the devil. This lady called Joy Reid asking someone that, do you think people should disinvite their family that voted for Donald Trump?
If you then meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash, or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. It's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me. And
when did we come to that we are going to hate our family simply because of someone that we don't like? They vote for someone we don't like. Like, to me, all these things they are doing, they are toxic. And you are spreading your toxicity, saying that you want to ask someone not to come for your Thanksgiving dinner simply because they voted for Trump. So, if you are cutting me off simply because of that, maybe I'm even seeing you as a toxic person before, but I don't know how to actually tell you or cut you off. Then it's a win-win situation. Be gone, devil. Be gone. Be gone. Seriously, because if you're going to cut me off simply because I did what I want, because what this Democrat I notice about them is that they don't want anybody to have any other opinion. If you are not voting Kamala, then you are evil. Watch all these videos, then I'll come back and round up the entire video.
Woke up to a text from my mom that said, "Hang in there, girls. I'm so sorry about the results of this election."
Hey, this is not okay. This simply will not do. And this is not okay.
This can't be real. This can't be.
I'm sorry. No. Why?
More relevant question actually is, what is wrong with America? I think what is wrong with our country? What is wrong with this country that they would choose a message of divisiveness, of xenophobia, of racism, of misogyny over a message of inclusiveness?
Different demographics and these assumptions of where they're going to go. Latinos in Texas, a district that's 97% Latino, went 75 percentage points for Donald Trump. Why?
Misogyny.
It's on the border. The border crisis is on their doorstep. And they were begging people to care about it for years. We need to take some lessons.
That's what that was.
The lessons are not.
I don't understand how you could be a woman and vote for Trump. It doesn't make any sense. Heartbreak a little bit.
Fair enough.
It is 6:51 in the morning, and I'm crying. Oh my God, what are we gonna do, America? What the fuck are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
You can win, bro. Never.
Not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this is that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so devastated behind an election. And it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men and they say all this shit like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like, it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you. And he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just hates everybody? Like, what? And I'm crying in my room this morning. My brother gonna come up in here and say, what's wrong with you? Like, he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These niggas are so they live on another planet. And it's because none of this affects men. That's why. Men don't give a fuck about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give a fuck. And motherfuckers hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place. The first time he got elected, he ran up against a woman. Second time, he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a good fucking candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he won, because y'all just fucking hate women. That's all it is. We couldn't even get a white lady in office. Of course, they wouldn't go vote for no fucking black lady. And it's like people just, either people don't give a or they're genuinely not grasping how this shit is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like, in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction. Dramatic will be marching down to that fucking White House and burning that down. That's dramatic. You don't want to see dramatic. This is nothing. Like, we are we're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least.
Hey, listen, I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be petty.
Like you see there, those are the freak out. I don't know about you. Like, it's not worth it to me. Why will I deny my family simply because they voted for what they want? This is the way I grew up. This is the way I was raised. Even with my kids, I'm raising them. When my younger one is saying something and the elders are saying, oh, shut up, I'll be like, no. Let her talk. Let her have a voice. So what I realize is that these people are not ready for anybody else to have a voice. Seriously. And they keep saying, oh, Donald Trump is this, Donald Trump is that. If he is that powerful, he's a billionaire. And this man was dragged to court. There were so many bogus lawsuits, frivolous indictments. They indicted him. So many defamation suits. He was asked to pay over 400 million. They said everything that happened to this man, it has never happened in history. And you're telling me that this is the evil person. And your president, Joe Biden, was on stage during COVID saying that my patient is running thing with you.
This is not about freedom or personal choice. We've been patient, but our patience is wearing thin. And your refusal has cost all of us. Get vaccinated.
It's the pandemic of unvaccinated. And I'm like, are you serious? So for me, I like that Donald Trump won. And what it means for the entire world is that at least we're going to have a bit of peace or a bit of relief from this World Economic Forum, WHO trying to do pandemic treaty. You know, all these all these organizations trying to take over the entire world, the UN trying to globalize the entire world. I'm not saying that whatever it is they are doing is not good, but with the handwriting on the wall, it is not, and it doesn't favor any one of us. Because to me, if I'm going to summarize it, it's like the elites are trying to eliminate the middle class and let it be the up there and the lower there. And what does that signal to you? Those are the slavery era. So I think it's a modern day slavery kind of, they are trying to bring with this globalist thing. Because why I said that is that they were shouting about climate change, why they were jetting off to Davos every twice in a year, I believe, or once in a year, let's say once in a year, there will be over 100 of private jets. Do you know how many emission that is? Why they were telling us that we shouldn't use our car, we should stop gas car, they should stop doing drilling for oils. You know, all of this policy that actually really affected people's life. And a lot of people were saying that they are moving out of USA. They move out. Move out if you want to move out. You can move to Nigeria. I believe they will welcome you with open arms. you will be welcome and you will enjoy it because you have too much privilege. That is why you think that if I move, then it's going to be fine. I'm going to escape Donald Trump. Yeah, you can escape and see what people are trying to escape from there. I think they are just overly privileged and they were like, I don't know how to put it. These guys are too privileged. For real. I don't know, maybe because I grew up in Africa, maybe that's why. And a lot of times, you know, especially with Nigerians, we study, we read, we learn. I'm not saying everyone, but majority, we quickly know what is going on because we've lived it. Somebody like me, I've lived it with tyrant leaders, you know, people like Babangida, Abacha. You know, when you've lived with tyrant leaders that rule with, they're not really there to be like, they are just ruling with iron fist. Let me put it that way. Then you will understand what is actually going on. Because freedom of speech that we always shout, we don't even have it in UK here. Some Christians were arrested simply because of preaching about how the Bible is against the men sleeping with men and women, you know, all these things, and they were being arrested. And people praying silently at the pregnancy center, you know, all these Planned Parenthood center, they are being arrested as well. So what are we now saying? And Donald Trump is promising that will not happen. The Amish community came out in droves and voted for this man. Why? Because the Biden administration is trying to interfere with their farming life. That is what they do from generation to generation to generation. And they are trying to regulate it, regulating organic product. Is it organic? It's organic that is better. So why are they trying to regulate it? I just think that this outcry, this menace, it's just too much for what is going on. Like, let's see what the man is going to do. Why are you shouting? I know a lot of people will say, oh, you don't even live in America. Whatever policy America makes, it trickles down to every part of the world. America is the big brother of the world. They decide who is the president of each country. The guy. Don't inherit someone's enemy. Before you hate on other person, try and know who this person is. Try and understand where they are coming from. Telling me to hate someone is what will make me look into that person. Is he worth it? Do I need to hate this person? I would like to hear what you think about this, guys. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section below, guys. On your way out, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Share if you like it. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
So subscribe and get that gist with the one and only Debbie Pasta.